So no project this week because I've been editing the video, the main video. This is I'm calling it the main video, although it's the one that goes on the Maker's Mouse. It's 40 minutes long, just a little bit more than 40 minutes long. And I just finished it yesterday afternoon. That's the longest video I've ever edited from start to finish. Like I have longer videos, but they were put together from shorter segments, like 10, 12-minute videos put together. In particular, the one that comes to mind is the miter saw station here, where I did that over a couple of months, and then I put all the videos together in a single movie and put that out. I did the same for that bandsaw mill that I made, the quick and dirty bandsaw mill, which did really well, even at over 50 minutes. So, yeah, I think it's well over 1 million views. Anyway, so I got another old project here. This is my cleaver from, I don't know how many years ago. I made it back at my old house. So it's at least 6 years, probably 7, maybe 8. And I think I've used this like 5 times in the time since I made it. Originally it was shiny, and then I did an experiment with dipping it in muriatic acid to try to get it, give it that etched surface to see what that would look like. And it's kind of interesting. It's got kind of a snowflake type thing happening, you know, but not enough to say, well, look at that. You know, that looks incredible, because it doesn't. So in order to get more out of it now, because I was thinking I would like to have, you know, the Chinese style cleaver, except not cleaver. It's almost like it's a knife, but it's square. And I was going to make one, right? But I was thinking maybe I should make this into that. You know, I don't use it, so why not, right? So if you look along it here, trying to position it so that you can see, the handle sweeps almost along with the curve of that blade. So it's kind of graceful like that. So what I need to do is I need to get a strip, hang on, and put the strip on the handle thusly, and push it in tight to the handle, and then make a mark on the blade. So that would be my cut line. Hold on. All the way along. There you see. So that cuts off that big swoop that's on there. And you know what? That's looking better already. Okay, but that blade is too wide. I'm thinking this would be great for cutting vegetables because the blade is really thin. I thin down the blade from here back, right? So it's real thin. So I got this piece of 2x4 that's 1.5 inches thick. And I think that would be, I'm gonna lay it on here and see. No, that's not wide enough. I need something that's 2 inches. I need something that's 2 inches. Why don't I just measure? Why don't I just measure a mark, okay? Right now it's 2 3/4. So I'll be trimming 3/4 of an inch off. But I'll make my 2-inch mark on this end over here, and my 2-inch mark up at the other end. Sorry you can't see what I'm doing, but that's okay. You can imagine. You have a good imagination, you guys. And then I'll take my ruler and draw a line. So all I need to do is cut those parts off, and then I can resharpen it. Now, I don't know if I want that edge completely straight like that. It should be kind of curved like this one is. See how curved that is? So I'll get the grinder out and we'll start doing that. So I've got the cleaver clamped down to the corner of my workbench over there. I'm going to make the cut. I'm going to be using the cordless grinder to do that. On here I have, well, it used to be a 6-inch cutting blade. That's the thin one. And I'm going to talk about my use of the grinder for a few minutes, okay? And because I get criticized over and over and over again, okay? And I've even made a video like going through some of the reasons why I use the grinder like I do. And the biggest reason is that I've got a lot of experience using it. And people that don't have experience often discount that quality. Okay, so I've been thinking about ways to like make an analogy, all right? So the best one that I could come up with is you use your, like if you're right-handed or if you're left-handed, that's your dominant hand. Use your right hand to write with. Try doing that with your left hand. And that'll give you the difference, like that'll give you the difference between experienced and not experienced. All right, your right hand is experienced. It can form the letters properly without even thinking. However, your left hand hasn't done that before. So it's just going to make a mess of it. It's not going to look good, okay? It can kind of do it, but it's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to come out right, and you're going to quickly switch to the right hand. I'll get to the big one next about the guard. But as for holding it with just my single hand, like holding it one-handed, because I've been criticized for that. Where's the side handle? Because that's the way you're supposed to hold the grinder, right? Like, I don't know exactly how you're going to be holding the side handle on either side with a cutting blade, but okay. Let's use the writing example again. Try writing with both hands. Try writing holding the pencil or pen with both hands. All right, it's going to be very difficult. Just do it and see how it feels, all right? I hold it with one hand because that's what I'm used to doing, experience, and also I get the best control. I'm not going to be able to hold it properly with both hands. It's going to be too uncomfortable for me. There's no reason why I would, so I use my single hand, right? Same thing goes for a knife, right? You use a knife in the kitchen if you cook, or if you just use a knife in general, you typically use it with one hand to make cuts, right? Try using it with both hands and see the kind of control that you get. Now, there are exceptions, of course. You know, when you're using a grinder with a heavy disc, like if I'm grinding something, not cutting, but if I'm grinding something, I generally have two hands on the tool, okay? First of all, you're spinning a bigger mass, all right? This is nothing. You know, this is like a sheet of paper, okay? That's the other thing about it. If it breaks, it doesn't have the mass to do serious damage. I don't care about the pictures that you've seen. I've gone through thousands of these things. Literally. I've bought boxes and boxes and boxes. And I've gone through hundreds of thousands of millions and billions of these. Trillions. It's closing in on trillions. I am exaggerating, okay? For all you people that don't have a sense of humor. But I've literally gone through a lot of these discs. And I've had ones break, but not explosively, because they have glass fibers in there, like glass mesh that holds the thing together, okay? So, to the guard. Like I said, this is a 6-inch wheel on here. I can't put a guard on here, all right? It's not gonna fit. I stopped buying the 4.5-inch discs when the bigger ones became available. I was buying 5-inch, I was buying 6-inch. Actually, these 6-inch ones were sent to me with the DeWalt stuff, because this is a DeWalt cutting wheel. So, you know, I gave the grinder to my brother because I don't need a 6-inch grinder, and I've been using the cutting discs on this thing. And when I'm cutting with it, it's never like that. You know, it's never aimed at my face, all right? And I'm careful when I'm holding it not to touch the disc, although I've done that before. And here's the other big thing about using tools like this, is I'm an adult. Okay, I take responsibility for my actions. If I injure myself using this, it's my fault. It's no one else's fault. If you own a grinder and you're using it without a guard, okay, you're responsible for your actions. Don't say, well, I saw this guy on YouTube using it without a guard and I thought it was safe. No, don't do that. Take responsibility for your actions. I do, okay? And the other thing I've talked about before, I'm not your shop teacher. Everything that I show you that goes on in my shop is what I do normally when the camera's not running, all right? You're not seeing anything that I've safetied up. I'm doing things exactly the way I do it. And hey, I'm still here. I still have all my fingers, still have all my body parts, right? The ones that still work anyway. Oh, God. The handle on this, by the way, is walnut, and the pins that are in there are maple. They're not metal. They go right through the tang, which is full size, full of the handle, you know. So, yeah, I just need to bring that out to my shed and work on the blade to sharpen it. I don't know if I'm going to go the full, I think it's full convex grind, where it starts at the spine and goes to the tip in one smooth, which is very much what it was to begin with. I don't know if I'm going to do that or I'm just going to bevel it. But I do know that I'm going to clean up the blade so it's not messy looking like this anymore, and try to get a better, you know, more shiny. See, this is just regular steel, like saw blade, and it rusts. But you can keep it from rusting a lot by polishing it. Hang on. See, this here is a whittling knife that I made from, I think I made this one, I can't remember what I made this one, maybe a Sawzall blade. But you can see it's like a mirror polish on here. And it doesn't rust. There's some dirt on here, some sticky stuff where I was cutting something that I shouldn't have been cutting with it. But yeah, the shinier you can get the steel, the more it will resist rust in normal circumstances, like left out in the open. Like if you put it in water, of course, it's gonna rust. But yeah, this is nice. It's really held up well. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this one off with just some pictures of the finished cleaver, which is now just a lowly knife. And I'll see you again next Sunday morning. Unless that comes early again this week.
Look, there's no way you'd stand a chance against those guys.
But you said I was the best prospect you'd ever seen. You said you could make me a champion.
Yeah, I've been liquored up for 17 years. My judgment's not what it once was.